Hi, everyone, and welcome to your first day of Introduction to Criminal Justice. My name is Emily Osborne, and I'll be your instructor throughout this 16-week semester. I am a community college alumni, so I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to be working full-time, going to school full-time, having families, and all of your obligations. I went on to earn a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Charter Oak State College and a master's of science in criminal justice from the University of New Haven through the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Science. During my undergraduate, I did some work with the legal investigators in the State Public Defender's Office. I went on to continue working in higher education, where I now work full-time in academic advising and teaching for the criminology and criminal justice programs. My areas of focus are on education and corrections. This course is my favorite to teach. You will find the official course objectives and outcomes listed in your syllabus or in the course description of the catalog. But I want to tell you in my own words what I hope you'll get out of this class. This course is an overview of the American criminal justice system. You will learn the three major components, which are law enforcement, courts, and corrections. Many of you do want to be police officers, correctional officers, go on to study law, but there are so many other areas of the criminal justice system that I think are equally important to learn about, such as victims advocacy, juvenile justice, reentry, community corrections, and I hope that over the course of this semester, you are exposed to and learn a little bit more about the system than maybe your assumptions or expectations at this point. Many of you do want to be law enforcement officers, correctional officers, or work in the legal field. And this class will be the foundational knowledge for all your future class endeavors, but also hopefully these next 16 weeks will follow you as you work your way into your future careers. We're going to examine this system on a local, state, and federal level to understand how the system works as a whole. So this will include a historical picture, theoretical frameworks, and practical perspectives. You need no prior knowledge or experience with the criminal justice system to be successful in this course. It is designed to start from the bottom up in terms of things like vocabulary, definitions, a broad overview, and so on. If you are familiar with any of our main topics, please feel free to bring your expertise to the class and teach us. In your intake survey, you'll notice one of the questions I asked is if you are currently employed in the criminal justice system. If you are, I would like to encourage you to come share with me your class and teach us and learn from your experience firsthand, which I think is an awesome opportunity to learn from our peers. So, before we get into the nuts and bolts of what to expect for this semester, let's take a moment. I want to make a word map of our initial thoughts. So I have markers up on the board. And if you could, I would like you to take turns, no order, no rhyme, no reason, just go ahead up, take turns. I want you to write the first word or first few words that come to mind when you think of the criminal justice system as you know it right now. Take some time, write it up on the board. So, in the end, I'm going to take a picture of this word dump. And let's see how this changes throughout the semester. I'm going to try and leave it up on this board, but other classes meet in here. But as your thoughts change or, your perspectives change, please feel free to just go ahead. If you have that moment, mark it up on the board or blurt it out in class, whatever word you feel most closely identifies with the criminal justice system. Now, before we get all into the fun stuff and do our icebreaker activities, I want you to know where I stand, both literally and figuratively, with you as students in my class. I want you to know explicitly that every student has individual needs and requirements in order to learn. I believe in open communication. So if there's something in your personal life, your home life, your work life, or academic life that it's prohibiting you from being successful in this course or completing your assignments or making the most of this learning experience, please be open with me. More often than not, we can work on a solution together. I would also like you to please let me know if you are personally struggling in any way. There are so many resources available to you through blank community college, and I would be happy to get you in touch with the right people. As I mentioned before, I do work full-time in advising as a guided pathways advisor under the holistic model of academic advising. So I do have connections, resources, and things like that I would be happy to put you in touch with. This can include, academic tutoring, personal counseling, food assistance, housing assistance, financial aid assistance, and just, be open. I hope you feel and that I can earn that trust and respect from you, that if there is anything, you can definitely reach out. My hopes for you as my student is that you will learn something new, that you will feel challenged, and that you'll have fun along the way in this course. And if there's anything that I can do to enhance that learning experience, please let me know. And I'm happy to, take that into consideration and amend my practice to work with you. So with all of that said, let's see what we have in store. Each week, we will have a low-stake quiz on a Monday morning, fresh off the bat. We meet twice a week, Monday, Wednesday. Monday mornings, we're going to be doing a quiz, okay? Again, this is low stake. If you look at your syllabus, you will see that all the quizzes, cumulative, average together, will be about 15% of your total grade. It's really just a check-in, okay? So this will encompass your assigned readings from the previous or that you have assigned coming up, the previous week's content, and some form of practical application of these concepts. This can include a scenario-based question, a what would you do type of activity, or even just a brief conversation amongst each other in small groups. This is used as a way to assess where we stand and to make sure that, we're able to build upon these concepts each week. I do not believe in reading full chapters of textbooks. But if this is what you feel comfortable with and what you are used to and what works for you, then I encourage you to do so. You will notice that your assigned readings are laid out in your syllabus. It's broken down by chapter, section, and page. So it's very minimal textbook reading. But these are often supplemented with articles, YouTube videos, documentaries, if you wish to pursue those additional modalities. You'll notice that these are already posted for the entire semester, so feel free to move ahead through these assigned readings as you please. You will notice that the course outline in your syllabus covers every quiz, written assignment, or activity that you'll expect to turn in over the course of the semester. Please look at this as your contract and what to expect in terms of workload. In class, we'll be using Google Slides, which I'm happy to print if you do need that. We'll be watching videos, documentaries, and having guest speakers join us. Uploaded in your Blackboard course shell, you will find the rubric for anything that is graded or assigned to you. I want you to please review those rubrics prior to submission and ask any questions that you have. All of these activities, both in class and homework, should align with the following objectives and goals. Please open this in your syllabus and read along with me. By the end of this course, you should be able to describe an early American practices in law enforcement and the evolution of modern-day roles, functions, issues, and constitutional laws that govern police and society. Demonstrate an understanding of the nature of crime and adjudication processes and consequences in the American legal system. For the sake of time, I'm just scrolling past that. Okay, that is a lot to take in and consider for today as we lay out what to expect in the next 16 weeks. Now, what questions do you have for me? I encourage you to ask these questions out loud, as I'm sure if you have the question, a classmate probably does too. Now let's get to know each other. On to the icebreakers.